Thank you to NTT Data for making this opportunity available to this group of SMMEs. I'm sure all of you are quite interested to understand what the sponsorship entails for you and what is coming up. So I'm going to quickly share my screen with you. And I will be sharing this presentation in an email with you as well, that you're welcome to share with any of your colleagues or team members that will also be participating. There we go. If you can just confirm that you can see my screen clearly.
I can see it.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay, so the program that you're, or the sponsorship for the event that you are offered and being given is part of our company called Smart Procurement World. And I just wanted to give you a 2-minute insight into what Smart Procurement World is and where we come from. So ultimately, our company is part of a larger corporation called Commerce Edge South Africa, and it was started with a focus of training within the procurement sector. And we have developed multiple courses that are internationally recognized, and it has greatly empowered the procurement community and raising procurement professionals to the level that we need to have effective procurement processes to make businesses successful. Part of that, we created an event called our Smart Procurement World in Durban, which is a 2-day conference focused for both private and public sector procurement and supply chain management professionals. And we started that, I believe, this year is 18 years that that conference has been running. From 2012, we realized that there is a desperate need within the procurement world for suppliers of the procurement or for the divisions to also have an opportunity similar. And we created an exhibition event to help with market access. That is the main focus, to give a platform to suppliers to engage and understand what potential and opportunities there are for them with multiple clients, not just trying to do business with one company, but have an opportunity to increase your client database. So we created the let me just get my wording right. It's officially the main sponsor is ABSA, but it's called the ABSA ESD exhibition in Durban. It happens over exactly the same 2 days and alongside the Smart Procurement World in Durban. And you, at times during these 2 days, there are opportunities where both the procurement professionals and the suppliers have an opportunity to engage and cross paths. But content for the conference is very specific and catered to the 2 individual groups. So our main focus at Smart Procurement World has always been to do what we can to empower and train and give market access opportunities and resources to suppliers. So some important dates that you need to keep it top of mind, have in your calendar in the next couple of weeks. Next week, the 13th of August, we have our exhibitor briefing session. So this session is going to be going into a bit more of the nitty-gritty details about what to expect at the hall, the rules and regulations, health and safety codes that you need to keep in mind when it comes to your exhibition stand. So NTT Data has sponsored your company to exhibit at an exhibition stand at the event hosted at Gallagher Convention Center. So your company will be given its individual exhibition stand, part of a pavilion that we'll call, and I definitely will go into detail about how that works. And the 5 companies will all be part of the NTT Data Pavilion. So it will be easy to identify. I will also be there. There will be your company name on the pavilion as well. And you have an opportunity to decorate and set up that stand in a way that you best feel it represents your company. When it comes to, physical marketing, collateral, banners, tablecloths, etc. So on the 13th of August, I will be adding you to the calendar invite for that as well. It's a Zoom session. We would like you to be there to make sure that any additional requirements or any additional understanding of what are do's and don'ts when bringing equipment to your stand. There are very strict guidelines and rules and regulations for that when it comes to Gallagher. So it's imperative that you participate in that session to understand what your limitations are, or where there aren't limitations and how big you can go. But just as a little bit of a heads up, what works really well is pull-up banners, tablecloths. If you have small display cabinets for any products that you do sell, you can do that. There's obviously your flyers, etc., but I will go into detail a little bit about what comes with your stand. So, okay, that's point number one. By the 16th of August, I just need you to submit an online agreement. It's very quick. It's just to make sure that you confirm that you are part of the sponsorship that NTT Data has given you. I'll be sending the link for that in the follow-up email after the session. So you don't have to worry about writing anything down at this point. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Then by the 30th of August, we just need confirmation of your stand representatives. So I know Mangaliso has sent me details, but we do also understand completely that sometimes changes come around. So we have a system generated link that we send to you, and each company then goes and loads the 2 stand reps, because you have an opportunity to have 2 people from your company to participate the 2-day event and be representatives at your stand and participate in the various elements at the conference. So we send you a link and you just complete the details that they ask. It's very quick, it's very painless, and we just would like that information by the 30th of August so that we can make the necessary preparations. Now, the next 2 dates are relating very specific to the in-person event. So on the 9th of September, from 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you need to come to the venue and you need to dress your stand. So any marketing material that you have that you would like to put on your stand, you need to bring it through on the Monday afternoon from 2 o'clock. They don't allow you to come earlier than that because they are still busy building all the stands, and there's a lot of red tape when it comes to health and safety. We don't want any injuries. So by 2 o'clock, your stands will be ready and you have the freedom to go and dress it the way that you want. And you get your name badge for access. Now, access is exceptionally important. You have to have your name badge on from the moment that you get it until the last day, obviously if you leave the venue. But to gain access for each day and to gain access to the catering areas, you need to have your name badge on to identify you that you are a participant and that you are a stand representative. So then on the 10th and the 11th are the official conference days. I'm going to go take you through the program, but where you do registration and where the event takes place is exactly the same place. So once you find it on the 9th of September, you will be comfortable when you come through on the 10th and the 11th as well. And then on the 11th in the afternoon, I understand from what's happened previous years, between 3:30, from about 3:30, we find that the hall dies down quite a lot, and then you're able to, break down your stand when it comes to your marketing equipment. But by 5 o'clock on the 11th, you need to have cleared your stand. Okay, so this is the program. I did mention about collecting your badge and stand dressing on the 9th. On the 10th, we have what we call, the day starts off with what we call supply matchup. So one note, for the 10th of September, we call it a closed exhibition. So that means we do not allow outside visitors. Only those that have been invited and sponsored or have paid to participate in the event are allowed to attend. So this gives you as exhibitors the freedom to participate in the floor elements, which is then the supply matchup session. I will go into a bit more detail about what to expect there. That happens in the morning. It's exceptionally exciting and it gives your business a very big boost. So please take the time to understand how it works and how you can elevate your business. We then go into a lunch break, and then after lunch, we have our Smart Supplier Conference. This is a conference that we have taken a lot of time to structure in a manner that when you walk away from the conference that you feel empowered and that you feel excited for your business and that you understand from professionals in the field how you can position your business better and how you can gain more opportunities between corporate and public sector. So that is very exciting. I can't wait for this conference. Then after the Smart Supplier Conference, we go into the ABSA cocktail function. And this gives an opportunity for networking. So at this point, both halls, the corporate hall that I mentioned, that is hosted in a different section in Gallagher, and the ESD hall, which you are part of, mingle together. So this is a more relaxed environment where you have a chance to engage with corporate individuals that were participating in the conference. We are looking at creating unique ways of having the corporates to engage more with your stand during the first day. We are looking at multiple different avenues, and we will definitely share that with you once we have some fun ideas around creating a bit more activity with the corporate hall on the first day with your exhibition stands. But do not fret. As exhibitors, you are one portion of the attendees of the ESD hall. There are also delegates who are fellow SMME businesses, all within different levels of size. So some might be very small in a sense of one-man show, and some might be a bit more established, but not large enough to fall out of the SMME bracket. So opportunities for collaboration between SMMEs on the first day are absolutely immense. And the bonds that you can form and relationships that you have opportunity to build on the first day, don't underestimate the value of that. All right, so that's the first day. After the ABSA cocktail function finishes, you can then go home. The following day, you come back. Now, this is the busiest day of the sessions because this is our open day. So for this open day, you are also able to invite visitors, more colleagues from your company if you would like, friends, family, for them to come and have a look at what your stand looks like. This is a free invitation to visitors. Give them the opportunity to also have a look at our on-floor activities, as well as have a look and engage with other exhibitors on the floor, as well as yourselves. So last year we had 600 visitors. We're aiming to get close to 1,000 this year. And the visitors are not limited to only SMMEs or business owners. The invitation is extended to procurement professionals, anybody off the street, ultimately just to gain an opportunity for engagement. You never know who you could invite that could potentially have a business opportunity for someone at the event. So we also have supply matchup on the Wednesday, but the supply matchup, we're trying to place it in a way that you don't feel that you have to leave your exhibition stand to participate, because we know you don't want to leave your exhibition stand because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity. So we're structuring it that it's the same companies so that the supply matchup session is then dedicated to the visitors. However, we will let you know if there will be more companies or new companies that are unable to come through on the Tuesday, so that if at least one of your stand representatives have an opportunity to go and engage during one of the sessions, that you have the freedom to do so. We also have then throughout the whole day what we call Knowledge Hub masterclasses. It's a combination of masterclasses, funding masterclasses, as well as buyer education. So ultimately, let's say for instance, a company such as, let me just think who's confirmed, Discovery, come and give a presentation, a 30-minute presentation on how to do business with them. So they run in 30-minute segments, and we share the program with you ahead of time. And if there's one specific that you feel that either you or your second stand rep would like to participate in, you're free to do that. We do make sure that you receive the program and all the elements of these 2 days so that you can plan accordingly as well. Okay, so that's the Knowledge Hub sessions, and then by 5 o'clock, the exhibition starts breaking down. We do say that I had my timing wrong earlier. I apologize. By midnight, your stand has to be cleared, but we do see from about 3:30 in the afternoon, when the venue becomes quiet, we do allow stand reps to start clearing the stands. The only exception that we do have is if you have something that needs to be wheelied out. So for instance, last year we had someone come with an entire petrol pump that you find at a gas station. So that's heavy. Number one, it requires multiple people to transport, and it needed a trolley. So things like that, you need to wait until 5 o'clock when all the delegates have left and it's only the exhibitors left. But when it comes to small things that you are easily able to carry yourself, that you can clear before 5 o'clock. Okay, so that is the program for the duration of the event. I wanted to go into a bit more detail about supply matchup and what to expect. Ultimately, supply matchup is an opportunity for you to engage one-on-one with procurement professionals from various different companies. Now, we try and target people across different industries, and we try to break them up by industry as well. And once our program is finalized, we'll certainly share that with you so that you can also prepare accordingly. But we advise you to approach and engage with as many buyers as you possibly can. Where you feel your business is applicable, you never know that you might be missing an opportunity by not speaking to a different company. And the level of participation that we are targeting this year is quite senior when it comes to those actually that will be engaging with you. So prepare yourselves in a way how to pitch your business that the people that you're engaging with can walk away remembering your company. Because ultimately they're going to engage with a lot of people. So you need to find a way that's unique for your business to stand out. Get contact information, find out how when they want to follow up and when you want to follow up and engage afterwards, what is the best way to do that? Because after engaging with you, they're going to possibly engage with 300 different companies. How are you going to be top of mind? How are they going to know, oh, yes, that's the person that I want to engage with? That's the one I want to talk to about this opportunity that we have. So think a bit about it. It's really going to be an amazing opportunity. It's very busy. It's a lot of people. And we do try and make a lot of efforts to help with keeping track of people that have engaged for the buyers specifically, so that they have a contact list that they walk away with. And that reflects all your company information that we register on the system. But we try really hard to make sure that there's ample opportunity and resources for contact to take place afterwards. However, for you to get the contacts of the people you engage with, you would need to initiate that, because we cannot freely share someone's email address to over 600 people. You have to create that opportunity yourself. But one thing to keep in mind also is many times they will ask you to first register to become a vendor before they are able to speak to you about any business opportunities. So that's something to keep in mind. If you are not vendors of them yet, that then opportunity would be for you to engage how to become a vendor. And what's the quickest way to do that? Is there a link? Is there an email address that you share your company profile to? Those are the kind of questions. Okay. The Smart Supply Conference, I did go a little bit into detail about it, but it is not the whole day. It's only from 1 until 4. And we've got 4 segments in the conference. We have a keynote speaker from ABSA. Then we have a panel discussion around the subject. It's the Jack of all trades, master of none. I'm very excited about it. We launched it at our City of Cape Town Smart Supply Conference in July, and it was a really big hit. And this time we have different panelists from different companies, and we are super excited to get a nice group of people involved in a conversation about when do you specialize and when do you diversify, and when's the right time to do that, and how to approach each business individually. Then we have a very riveting sales and marketing session that's done with two of our consultants. Super energetic, very exciting, and you'll walk away wanting to go and post on your social media very quickly as one point. Then the last session is a corporate panel discussion. We've got targeting about 6 or 7 companies from various industries and understanding how SMMEs can position their businesses with the different industries and what are the pain points when it comes to dealing with compliance documentation or initial point of contact, etc. So very useful information that you can walk away and make changes immediately if you need to. But very exciting, and I hope you guys are excited as well. One additional thing that you will be have that a benefit of being part of this event is your company will be listed in our SMME directory. And this is ultimately an online document that's distributed through all the participants and buyers, procurement professionals, supply chain management, that's at the event. And we split it up in various ways. So one would be alphabetically listed. One is by host or sponsor company. One is by industry. And we share your logo, your company description, the industry of your business, as well as obviously contact information. So this is also another opportunity to expose your business. So in the link that I will be sending you, there's just going to ask you for a company description. Just make sure that when you submit a company description, that you do not go over to talk about, I've been in business for 300 years and it's a family owned business. Even though that's amazing information to share, that's more relevant to a company profile, which is a much larger document where you want robust information. When it comes to a company description, look for answering the question, what problem do you solve and for whom? So we're a plumbing company and we service the A, B, and C type of offerings, and we can cater to these types of businesses. Really short and sweet. It's not a company profile. It's really just a short insight into what you offer. But yeah, so that's the SMME directory. Now I wanted just to give you an understanding of what your exhibition is going to look like. So this is what we call a pavilion. So all of you will be next to each other. You'll see there's no solid panels between the stands because otherwise the stands look quite claustrophobic. So we have a bar at the bottom that separates between the two sides. Your company name will be in capital letters across the top. And then NTT data will have signage along the top or the sides, and they are still finalizing the final look and feel regards to colors. But this is what you can expect. You get the size of it is 1.5 by 2 square meters. It's a 3 square meter in total. They come with a table, 2 chairs, a plug point, and lighting. And like I mentioned, it will be printed in capital letters. And then this is the size of what your name will be on the top. So the company name on that online agreement that you send, the company name must be what you want displayed on your stand. We prefer not including words like PTY, LTD, and CC because sometimes that can make the name quite long. So this is just about some marketing material that you can bring along. So freestanding banners, vinyl prints, obviously depending on what NTT data finalize it when it comes from their marketing department. So we just wait for confirmation with that, then I will communicate with you. Brochures, flyers, business cards. You can ultimately look at all additional adding onto your stand at an additional cost. But as I mentioned, we just need to wait for NTT data to finalize how they want the stand to look and what limitations there are. And once we have that, we can let you know what additional options you can add to your stand to make it unique if you would like. But just to note that that would be an additional cost. And then they just make sure to note that you mustn't damage the shell schemes or carpets by drilling holes, using tic tacs, pins, nails, or screws. You need to use, if you need to put something up, there is going to be people at the on the premises from the company that designed the shell scheme that can help you with putting things up against the panels if you need to. Okay, and then just a final reminder that the online agreement you must please submit by next week, Friday the 16th, and that please don't forget to attend the exhibitor briefing session next week, the 13th. And then just to keep an eye out for the email for the stand representatives. We haven't sent that out yet. There is 1 or 2 changes that we have to make. And once that we are 100% fine with that and we're happy with it, then you will be receiving the email just to register your stand reps. Okay, and that's my story. That's what I have to share at this point. I hope that I covered everything. Please feel free to, raise your hand and ask a question. If you have any questions, I would like to make sure that you all leave here feeling very comfortable going into the next couple of weeks. I just want to, one last thing I want to mention is that I'm going to be creating a WhatsApp group with everybody. And after I've created the WhatsApp group with the contacts that I have, if there's any additional people from your team, for just maybe in the instance that someone else is going to be attending at the event that's not on the group, I'm happy to add them. We keep it as a closed group, so in essence, I'll be the only one able to post on there, and we just share important reminders and information about upcoming sessions. We do not allow for heavy traffic on WhatsApp groups, partially because we are part of 20 different groups and that would just make us insane, but also because we respect your time and we know how overwhelming it can be to be in multiple groups. So yeah, that's it from my side. Does anybody have any questions? Or yes, Robert?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, in terms of people participating, how would we, if possible, include a third person from our company so they can participate in all the days of the event? Not necessarily as a stand delegate, but just to be able to participate in the complete event rather than just the open day.
Okay, so Robert, the sponsorship that you have only provides for 2. Okay. What I can do is I can find out what the additional cost is to have another delegate. Okay. As just a delegate pass that they'll have access to the 2 days. Yes. I will, with the following email that I send after the session with the recording and the presentation, I'll make a note in that email as well.
Awesome. Thanks very much.
You're welcome. Any other questions?
Pauline, maybe from my end.
Yes, Mangaliso.
Maybe we can talk about how we can brand the stands for the SMEs. I know there was in our meeting yesterday, we discussed how there could be the color schemes, Pantone colors put on the panels, or additional branding if there's a possibility, and what the cost implication is for that.
Okay, so I don't have the costs with me at this point. I don't unfortunately have access to that information. Erica from our ops team does that. But what I can give you an understanding of what the options are. Let me just quickly share my screen again so that you can see what I'm talking about. So on the stand, with NTT data would need to definitely identify what their corporate presence would want to be. So Mangaliso, your marketing team would need to identify the back panels that are currently white. Do you want to do it, color it with the NTT logo, Pantone color? So is there a solid color that you want across there? Or do you want to have SMME logos, 1 panel per stand? So that's an alternative modification that you can do. And if you decide, okay, no, NTT data is going to do one panel a solid color and give the SMME an opportunity to have the logo on the second panel, that's also an option. Or if you say we leave it white and SMMEs can choose if they want their logo. So there's various options, but Mangaliso, can I ask Erica to let me know what the costing differences would be to the various options and just put it in an email for you, so that once you have determined what works within the funds, and then we can then structurally or more strategically, you know, send an email to the SMEs to say, okay, this is what the stand's going to look like. This is what NTT Data is doing, and these are the additionals that you can modify your stands with and the costs thereof.
Thanks, Paulina. Just for clarity,
Yes.
we don't want to overshadow our partners' visibility in the
Okay.
expo, right? So
Yes.
we don't necessarily would want to brand on their panels. And so
Okay.
my question was, if they were to want to put their own logos, for instance, or any graphics that they would want to put on their panels,
Yes.
what is there a possibility to do that? If so, you said you'll chat to Erica about the cost implication. That will
Yes.
obviously come directly. The cost will come from the SMEs themselves if they're able to pay for it,
Okay.
or if they see value in it. But I think let's just have those options open.
100%. So I will after this have a conversation with Erica just to get some different modification pricing. So if they want to add a logo at the back of the panel, on the panel, if there's other information that they want to have printed on a panel, what are the various options and what's the costs thereof? I'll have that all part of the email. No problem.
Okay, thanks, Paulina.
You're very welcome. So just also as a note to, our target this year is we want to have as close to 300 exhibiting SMMEs as possible. And, at this point, we're sitting at over 100 already. So when it comes to dressing your stand, try, depending on what your company's specific colors are, try and let it stand out some way. We've had some people bring posters that have, that's lean against something. They don't necessarily need to hang on something, or stick to something. Or they bring a display shelf that's freestanding, or colorful tablecloths. They don't necessarily need to be corporate labeled. It can just be something within your company's colors. So just something, if you want to be easily identified, not only because you're sponsored by NTT Data, which is a very big boost in the first place, but also amongst other exhibitors, just think of unique ways as well. Sometimes having your logo there is a really good added benefit. But like, I will definitely have all that information in the email that I send out after this session. Okay, is there any other questions from anybody else? Okay, I hope that means that I'm not too intimidating.
Yeah, seems like there's no questions. So, but I don't know if any questions come up. I think everyone can just email Paulina. She is on her email is on the meeting request, and so you'll be able to chat to her directly.
Yes, and I will be sharing my contact number as well in my email, and you're more than welcome to WhatsApp me at any point or give me a call if you just want to go through a few things that you're uncertain about. The aim of my role is to really make sure you feel comfortable and confident going into the event and know what you can expect. So please feel free to push on my button at any time. I'm really here to help you every step of the way and to make it as successful for you and for us at the same time. So please feel free to shout at any point. But I really am looking forward to working with each of you and to help your business to thrive at the event and to make the most out of every element. And I cannot wait. It's only a couple of weeks away. It's crazy how time flies. It feels like it should be March, but it's August already. But Mangaliso, thank you so much. Thank you to you and to NTT Data for making this opportunity available and for joining Smart Procurement in the opportunity to strive and encourage and grow the economy with empowering SMMEs. It's a wonderful opportunity, and thank you for being involved in this as well.
Oh, all right. Thanks to everyone. All right. I'm not sure if there's anything else, Paulina.
No, I don't think from my side. Siegfried, I see you saw you took your mic off. Do you want to say something?
No, I was just getting ready to say goodbye, but thank you.
No problem. I was going to go there now. Thank you so much to everybody for attending. I really hope you have an amazing day and an amazing week. And you'll definitely get an email from me shortly.
Thank you.
Thanks. Thank you,
Thank you
everybody.
very
Thanks for the
much.
opportunity.
Thank
Cheers, guys.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Bye.
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 Bye.